Hey guys, this is Kathryn Glenn here with Keller Williams Realty in New Bern, North Carolina, servicing you throughout the Greenville, Winterville, and Pitt County areas. I'm here with a lovely friend and vendor partner, Chris Godley, State Farm Insurance. And we're going to talk to Chris today about homeowners insurance for first-time home buyers, avoiding pitfalls and other things that can come up for, and also understanding the difference between homeowners insurance and also a home warranty. Understanding that for first-time home buyers, it's really important. So, hey Chris, thank you so much again for being here and doing this for us.
Kathryn, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. And so, a few things I would really like to make sure I touch on. Okay, one is avoiding pitfalls, some mistakes people commonly make. Okay, that could be devastating to their policy.
Correct.
And then understanding the components of a homeowner's policy. It's basically comprised of two separate parts. Okay. So those two separate parts, one is the property damage, which is the component of the actual home itself. The other part is the liability portion, which is used to protect your assets. Okay. And so, do you want to ask any questions before I jump right into it, or should I just jump right into it?
I think that's good. The homeowner policy, yes, I think that's amazing. And that's what I think people need to understand. And also, can you go over the first page of the homeowner's policy that people a lot of times miss information about?
Yes, absolutely. So that page is called the declarations page. Okay, and it gives some general information about your policy, the address of the property, and as well as how much coverage you have, things of that nature. So one thing that's really important to us, we want to make sure you guys have what's called replacement costs. Okay, some people will go to some other companies that will offer what's called a dwelling policy, and it's actual cash value of the property, not the replacement costs. Okay, and so if the initial amount of coverage has not kept up with inflation, the actual cash value of the home may be $200,000. But to rebuild that home with today's inflation may be $250,000.
Or more. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people are what we call now underinsured.
Yes.
And that's something to very well understand, and this is good for even not necessarily first time, even past clients. Understand that when the inflation rises, or when you get equity in your home, to pick up the phone and call you.
Well, one thing our policies have in place, we have what's called an inflation guard or an inflation protection. And what it does is the policy will automatically increase in value as it keeps track of inflation. Okay, so it's an amazing benefit of the policy. I will say in 2021 and 2022, it's the first time I've seen inflation actually outpace that inflation guard. Now it will catch up, but still, you want to make sure you have full replacement costs. Okay, so one of the biggest pitfalls people make is they will have something to happen and they're not sure if it's covered under the home policy. So they'll call us, hey, I want to file a claim. And an adjuster will come out and they'll look and say, wait a minute, this is not something that you can file a claim against. This is, for example, your refrigerator's been leaking for the last 6 months. Now the wood is rotten under the refrigerator. So according to your policy, it has to be sudden and unexpected. Sudden and unexpected. Now, if, for example, if the toilet overflowed, that was sudden and unexpected. It ruined your floors, that's covered. If the toilet's been leaking for the last 6 months and now your floors are ruined, it's not sudden and unexpected, so therefore it's not covered. So $0 will be paid out, but now you also have a claim against your policy. It is a $0 claim, and under most circumstances, that will still lock you into your current insurer for 3 years. So if you want to leave, most likely you would not be able to leave no matter how high the rate go up, because another insurance company will require you to be 3 years claims free before you come to them. So here you are in a position where your insurance has possibly increased, or you have lost your claims free discount, you're stuck where you're at, and you can't move. So something we do to help hedge against that. Whenever a person calls our office, we partner with restoration companies. We say, before you file a claim, let us send a representative from the restoration company out. They will have a conversation with you and let you know, hey, this is something that's covered under your home policy or not. And so that way they can avoid the $0 claims, avoid premium possibly going up, or avoid losing their claims-free discount.
Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. Guys, that's a huge benefit right out the gate.
Absolutely.
So what else? So that's protection for you guys. That's amazing. So what else do you guys offer that makes you unique?
Well, another thing is we make sure our clients understand the importance of the liability portion of the policy. Did you know you could be out in your yard planting flowers? Just let's say you dig a hole in your front yard and it starts to pour down rain. You go inside your home and kids run across your yard because they're trying to get home as well. One of those kids fall in the hole and break their leg, you could be responsible for it.
Yes.
Okay? So what
because it's on my property.
On your property. So what liability protection basically states is if you are considered to be at fault. For example, the railing has dry rotted and you have not fixed it, and someone walks into your home, they grab the rail and it snaps. They fall, they break their hip. Okay?
Yes.
You are responsible because you knew the rail had dry rotted and you did nothing about it to fix it. So you are responsible to make sure that your home remains safe for yourself, your family members, as well as visitors.
Correct.
Okay? So that's one of the reasons why I say it's really important that you have really good limits of liability to protect your finances, okay? Because let's say, for an example, someone gets seriously hurt and their medical bill is $150,000, but you have $100,000 liability protection, now you're at risk for $50,000.
Correct.
Okay? And the other portion is, the property damage. Okay? So property damage, there are most policies are what you call open peril policies. What an open peril policy means, everything is covered except for what's excluded. Okay? So the policy will state specific exclusions such as mudslide, earthquake, flash floods. Those things are excluded. Okay? Or flooding excluded. Everything else is pretty much covered.
Yeah. And flooding is a big concern here in Eastern North Carolina, can we say? Like,
yes.
You and I have lived here quite a time, and we understand. We've seen the floods.
Never forget the flood of 1999.
Exactly.
Never. Well, another challenge is a lot of people, they don't understand that flood is not covered under their homeowners. That's done through NFIP.
Correct.
Okay? And if a person doesn't know that and they have a flood, oftentimes, sometimes it's not even technically a flood, but a flood is categorized as rising water. So let's say there's a huge downpour of water. Okay, we have a horrible hurricane, it rains.
Yes.
The ground gets saturated.
Yes.
Then the water was to rise up from the ground from the rain that came down, and it damages your floors. But because there was rising water, technically that's under the definition of a flood. Now the water that came down, if it damaged your roof, that's covered under your homeowners.
Correct. So if it comes to the top, it's covered. If it comes from the bottom,
Not covered.
not covered, guys. So that's something that you definitely need to be aware of. Anything else you want to touch on this, like, for just making sure that first timers are really protected and understand what they're getting?
I would just say the biggest thing is to make sure your home is covered for the replacement cost. That's the biggest thing, okay? So many times, guys, everybody wants the cheapest possible policy. We all know that. I do. We all want to save money. I get that. Just make sure you understand what you're paying for and that your family's protected. Because sometimes the difference between a replacement cost policy and an actual cash value policy could literally be $10 per month.
Yeah.
Don't sacrifice $10 to possibly pay out $50,000 or $75,000. It's not worth it.
Yes. And I agree. And this is the reason why we have such amazing partners at our disposal. And I want you guys, as my clients and as my friends, to take advantage of these people and give us a call, give Chris a call. If you have any questions, the best thing is just to ask.
Absolutely.
We're going to sit there, we'll hold your hand, we'll take you through the policies step by step.
And we will sit down with you, review everything with you, whether you're our client or not. That's just the service that we provide, just because you guys are in our community. We appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you. And hey guys, hope you have a great day. And Chris, thank you again
Thank
for
you. It's my pleasure.
visiting this.
I appreciate
And
it.
hey, this is not the last of our videos. Check out below. We're going to have these monthly now, starting now, and we're going to have some more in the future about for investors, for sellers, and some more information also for first-time home buyers. So look forward to
Awesome.
continuing this conversation with you.
Likewise. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
Thank you. See y'all soon.